these dang kids and their campus involvement. Don't laugh.
Sorry. Okay. Hi, I'm Wally. I'm the Associate Director of the Breen Center.
And I'm Ellen. I'm the Career Coach in the Breen Center. And today we're going to be talking about something that we cover a lot in the Breen Center, and that is resumes. So where do we get started with the resume?
Yeah, so the first thing we want to know about is you. So we're going to have on the very top of our page our name in big bold letters, and underneath that in a single line we could have our street address, or just city state is fine, along with professional contact information such as your phone number and email address. So now we know who we are, what do we do next?
So next is the summary or the skills section. And to explain the difference, the summary section is basically a couple short sentences or even like clauses, just kind of defining your soft skills, your technical skills, basically what you have to offer, as well as the career goals that you have in mind. So this may change depending on what you're applying for. In contrast, the skills section is a bullet pointed list of different soft skills and technical skills you may have. These tend to not really fit into any of your other experiences. So this is a good place to fit in certifications or various professional experiences you've had that don't quite make the cut for a general section in your resume. So after we kind of define the general overview, where do we start to focus from there?
Yeah, then we go into your education. So what are your credentials going to be? We're going to list Lebanon Valley College and then Annville, Pennsylvania. Underneath that, we're going to have the degree in which you're going to obtain. So Bachelor of Science, Bachelor of Arts in blank. If you're in a plus program, we would put whatever your master's or doctoral degree is going to be above your bachelor's degree. So reverse chronological order. We're also going to put the date that we're obtaining those degrees somewhere within that line. So now we have our credentials. What about work experiences?
So under your education is really kind of up to you, but for a lot of students, this will be a list of your most relevant work experiences to your career in mind. So this is where you can put your clinicals, your teaching experience, your field work, internships, any sort of experience like that that is really relevant to the career you have in mind. So in each experience, you want to have the title of the workplace you are at, month year to month year, the date range, as well as the job title. Even if it was just student physical therapist, having that defining title is important for formatting. Following all that, you're going to have a bullet pointed list defining in general overview of what your day-to-day looked like in that position, as well as the impact you had on that company. And if you presented something as part of your internship or as part of an assignment for the internship, that is something you can list as a bullet point as well. So just really generally overviewing your experience and impact with that company and keeping these things in reverse chronological order. So you're putting your most recent experience first, and then we're working our way back in time. So following relevant experience, what about our other experiences?
Yeah, we could have a general work experience section too. So if you had a cashier job at Giant, or you're doing landscaping work on the side, we could put all of that information in there too. And just as Ellen just described, we're going to show the name of the company, city, state, date range, what your job title was, and a couple of bullets that are describing what you did during that time with the company and what impact can you bring to a future organization. And remember, when we're putting these bullet points in, we're putting an action verb first. So if you're currently working there, we're using present tense, and if we're no longer working there, we're using past tense verbs. So now we have all of our work experience. What if students are involved on campus?
Following work experience, it's really going to be kind of up to you based off of your experiences and what you have done both here at LVC and off campus as well. For a lot of you, it's going to include your clubs and organizations, whether that be, the student-based organizations you're a part of, whether that be your athletics or marching band or the theater, having those listed out. But going into a little bit more detail, if you have any leadership experience, just in general, having a bullet point or so just to define what that additional responsibility looked like. You can also include experiences like volunteer work as well, or if you've done research and presented your research, these are things you can also include too, highlighting each of these things in like a bullet pointed list and then a date range, keeping them in reverse chronological order as well. Besides all of that information about the resume, what should students keep in mind with their resume?
When we're completing our resume, we want to make sure that our formatting is consistent throughout the document. So if we're using bold or italics, we're making sure that we're using them in the same space for each category. And if we're having our date range on the right-hand side, we're keeping that consistent throughout the document. So what if a student wants to have their resume reviewed?
So if you have more questions about your resume, or if you need another pair of eyes to look at it and help you make sure it's the best document it can be, schedule an appointment on Handshake. We are available all throughout the week, whether it be in person or virtual, and we can look over your resume for 30 minutes or 60 minutes, depending on what you need. But feel free to reach out to us through there, or if you have additional questions, email breencenter@lvc.edu.
Thanks, guys. Have a great day.
Bye, guys.